Hello again and welcome to another edition of The Baseline. Nick McCarville here, and we're crunching the numbers at the Australian Open like never before. Dr. Marco Reed, Serena Williams against Johanna Konta. Let's talk about clutch.
Well, they came in as number 1 and 2 on the clutch overall statistic heading into the event.
Okay, and this year, how have they looked in those clutch moments?
Johanna Konta continuing to perform to her level. Serena Williams, less so. And we've seen that play out a little bit on serve.
Okay, so yeah, when we talk about Serena, it's got to be about the serve. Has that helped or hurt her in those clutch moments?
Look, if we relate serve to clutch itself, and we begin focusing on something like serve speed, what we see, Serena's first serve speed increase in those big moments of the match. She gets it in, she's going to be really effective.
Okay, so we see that big serves from Serena when she gets that first serve in, but when she doesn't, then the speed drops on the second serve, perhaps leaving it a little more vulnerable. Now, what about the Johanna Konta serve?
The Johanna Konta serve, far more consistent in that regard. She starts from a higher point in terms of overall serve speed, around 12 kilometres an hour quicker on that delivery than Serena. So you have a little bit more room to play with. In terms of clutch, she actually targets the lines more effectively as the pressure builds.
Really? Surprising to hear that, and specifically both on first and second serve she's doing that.
Particularly on second serve, she really distinguishes herself from the pack.
So we talk about the importance of short points, points that are under 4 strokes, but how are those points actually set up by both Serena and Johanna Konta?
Look, the serve obviously plays a really important role,
right,
followed by my next strike. And both girls do something really similar. On the ad court, we see them go wide and then hit to your open court, cross court, be it with their forehand or alternatively backhand.
Okay, so then what are we seeing from the deuce court though, because it's different from Serena to Johanna?
Yeah, that's right. So again, we've got the wide serve, trying to spread the court if you like.
Sure.
What we see happen with Johanna, she follows that conventional approach. I go wide, I then hit the ball cross court. As compared to Serena, when she goes wide with the first serve, and here we're talking about first serves, she goes back in behind the player.
So we see on the first serve, on the deuce side, Serena going wide, but then going back to the deuce court on the second shot. Why would she do that exactly?
2 reasons spring to mind. 1, she wants to wrong foot her opponent, or 2, she's trying to play with the geometry of the court and have the opponent be able to create less angle with that next ball. Okay,
so we talk about serve placement, but what about as the point continues? What's happening with shot placement and most importantly, shot quality?
Yeah, look, it's a really interesting story when we begin to look at both girls' forehands, particularly during this event. Slightly higher unforced error rates relative to winners, bit of a concern for both. And when the pressure begins to bite, it's the forehand that seems to suffer.
Really? So for both women, perhaps attacking the forehand is the good strategy, but let's break that down even more. What are the numbers behind that?
Yeah, it may well be the strength of Serena and equally a really solid shot for Konta. But what we do see play out, pressure builds, Serena again maintains ball speed versus Konta, whose ball speed falls away, leaving her a little bit more vulnerable.
And where's Johanna Konta hitting said strokes? Are those close to the line?
She's able to maintain that precision and depth, a little bit unlike Serena.
Okay, so Serena's actually hitting away from the lines, the speed's dropping a little bit. Does that leave her vulnerable then in those points?
We'd suggest so, yeah. So when Konta gets the opportunity to move up the court and take advantage of those moments, she's got to seize it.
Okay, so we talk about shot quality, but as the pressure builds in those clutch moments, I would have to say Serena Williams is Serena Williams. What happens to her work rate?
Interestingly enough, Serena sits below Konta in terms of average work per shot. But when the pressure builds, Serena lifts her rating. So we can expect to see that today.
Yeah, I can imagine those big Serena fist pumps. She really gets up for those big moments. Are those the moments that Konta's work rate changes as well, or how is she working in the clutch moments?
She's far more consistent and able to maintain that level over the course of the match. But equally, if Serena lifts her rating, it's something that Konta's going to have to match if she wants to take down the former number 1.
So overall, Konta working harder than Serena, but when the going gets tough, we might see Serena having to lift that work rate to beat Johanna Konta.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Dr. Reed. Big stuff to look forward to. Serena against Johanna Konta. Thanks for joining us on The Baseline. We'll talk to you all tomorrow.